In the vast, complex universe of Marvel, we've seen battles of all kinds, from super soldiers clashing in hand-to-hand combat to gods battling across dimensions. But few hypothetical matchups stir the imagination as much as a showdown between two of Marvel's most intriguing and sinister figures, Agatha Harkness and Ebony Maw. Both serve as second-in-command to terrifyingly powerful beings, Agatha to the Scarlet Witch and Ebony Maw to Thanos. Each character possesses a unique and formidable skill set, centered around manipulation, magic, and mysticism, but with vastly different approaches. Agatha draws power from ancient magic, curses, and knowledge that spans centuries, while Ebony Maw uses unparalleled intellect, telekinesis, and a fierce loyalty to his master, Thanos. But who would emerge victorious if these two titans of mental and mystical power faced off? To determine this, we need to break down their abilities, analyze their fighting styles, and envision what a real battle between them might look like. In this ultimate showdown, we explore their backgrounds, abilities, and motives to conclude who has the upper hand in a duel that defies the boundaries of reality itself. Agatha Harkness, the ancient witch with a wealth of dark magic. Agatha Harkness is no ordinary witch. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, she's introduced as a seemingly friendly, quirky neighbor to Wanda Maximoff in WandaVision. However, we quickly learn she's anything but ordinary. Agatha has lived for centuries, absorbing and perfecting a variety of dark magical practices along the way. Her character in the comics dates back to the Salem witch trials, suggesting she's been studying magic for an incredibly long time, far longer than most characters in the MCU have even existed. Agatha's power lies in her unmatched magical prowess, deep knowledge of spells, curses, and manipulation tactics. She has the ability to absorb energy from others, rendering their magic useless against her. One of her strongest weapons is her adaptability. In WandaVision, she learns about the power of chaos magic and tries to manipulate Wanda into surrendering it. Her ability to understand and utilize new forms of magic quickly gives her a unique advantage over many other magical characters, making her a formidable opponent. Her motivation is equally intriguing. Agatha is driven by an insatiable thirst for power and knowledge. She's not bound by loyalty to a single person, nor does she serve any cosmic cause. Instead, she seeks out powerful beings like Wanda to grow her own abilities. Her independence and willingness to absorb the powers of others make her a dangerous opponent, as she isn't constrained by any moral compass or hesitation to go after what she wants. Ebony Maw, the brilliant, devoted right hand of Thanos. On the other side, we have Ebony Maw, one of Thanos' most loyal and intellectual followers, known as a member of the Black Order. Maw's genius-level intellect and fierce devotion to Thanos make him one of the most frightening opponents in the Marvel Universe. In Avengers: Infinity War, we see him not only wield telekinetic powers with absolute precision, but also act as Thanos' mouthpiece, converting those he encounters into followers of Thanos' twisted ideology. Ebony Maw isn't interested in causing chaos for his own gain. He's a true believer in Thanos' mission to bring balance to the universe. His loyalty to Thanos drives every action he takes, and he'll go to any length to ensure the success of Thanos' plans. Maw's powers are primarily telekinetic, but his skills are far from limited to moving objects with his mind. He's able to manipulate, control, and even torture his opponents psychologically. Maw can levitate objects and people, creating shields, barriers, or deadly attacks. What makes him even more dangerous is his ability to manipulate minds, exploiting his opponent's weaknesses and breaking their resolve without throwing a single punch. In fact, Maw defeated Doctor Strange's willpower and broke into his mind, a feat that few could ever accomplish. When it comes to combat, Maw relies heavily on his tactical mind and sharp intellect. His telekinesis allows him to control every element in his environment, turning anything around him into a weapon or shield. This makes him adaptable and incredibly hard to predict, as he can use virtually anything as a tool in his battle. However, unlike Agatha, Ebony Maw isn't a sorcerer. his powers are rooted in his physical and mental manipulation, not mystical energies, making him vulnerable to certain types of attacks if his telekinetic defenses are bypassed. Hypothetical battle scenarios: Agatha's dark arts versus Maw's telekinesis. Now, let's imagine what a battle between Agatha Harkness and Ebony Maw might look like. The first clash between them would likely be one of intimidation and testing boundaries, with each trying to gauge the other's strengths and weaknesses. Agatha, ever curious and quick-witted, would likely begin with verbal taunts, attempting to get inside Maw's head. However, Maw, being the master manipulator himself, wouldn't be easily swayed by words alone. If Agatha were to start with a spell, she'd probably use an energy-draining spell or attempt to summon dark forces to overwhelm Maw. Maw, in turn, could use his telekinesis to shield himself and launch projectiles at Agatha. Given her knowledge of ancient magic, Agatha might quickly recognize Maw's telekinesis and adapt her strategies accordingly, opting for spells that bypass his telekinetic defenses. As the fight escalates, Maw could try to overpower Agatha mentally, attempting to control her mind or crush her spirit, as he did with Dr. Strange. But Agatha's centuries of experience and resilience might make her more resistant to these tactics. Her magical knowledge would allow her to counter his telekinesis with mystical defenses, forcing Maw to continuously adapt his approach. Ultimately, it would come down to endurance, cunning, and the element of surprise. Whoever can outlast and outwit the other. Conclusion: who would win, Agatha Harkness or Ebony Maw? In the end, while Ebony Maw's intelligence and telekinetic power are extraordinary, Agatha Harkness's centuries of accumulated magical knowledge give her a distinct advantage. Maw may possess the ability to manipulate minds and wield his telekinesis skillfully, but Agatha's experience with dark magic, curses, and the ability to absorb power could counteract Maw's strengths. Moreover, Agatha's adaptability in wielding and absorbing various forms of magic means she could potentially overcome Maw's defenses. Agatha's independence from a specific master or cause also grants her the freedom to use any tactic she deems necessary to win, while Maw's devotion to Thanos could be both his strength and weakness. If his loyalty blinds him or becomes his motivation to fight without caution, Agatha might exploit that vulnerability. So, if these two were to face off in an all-out battle, Agatha Harkness would likely emerge as the victor. Her cunning, mastery of the dark arts, and ruthless ambition to absorb power would ultimately outmatch Ebony Maw's telekinesis and psychological manipulation. Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.